YouTube. Hi, YouTube. It's Lonnie, wife, witch, and mom. A little bit of a channel shakeup. Formerly November Eve, now Sunflower and Thistle. Just doing some rebranding. Relaunching a new Etsy shop. Getting that ready. There'll be a link below so you can save the shop. And when I bring it back online, you'll be alerted and the first to know. All right. Well, what I wanted to talk about today is a checklist that I've made for winter. Because, it's getting cooler here, but it's not quite chilly. And sometimes the gloominess of weather, of winter, can get to me, especially when we get into January. And January just feels so long and so cold. And, you know, I'm really into celebrating in bulk because I'm like, spring is coming back finally. And then I get hit with seasonal allergies. It's like, why did I wish for this? But these things, I believe, are going to set me up for success for the rest of the year and into 2025. First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to start this today, is make a couple new upbeat playlists. One, full of Christmas music, because I love Christmas music at this time of year. Usually not this early, but I need some extra cheer. So I'm starting early. Christmas music. And then the other one, some other upbeat, uh, you know, music to get me through, get me going on this list. I'm partial to hair bands, the whole glam metal and everything. But, you know, you do you. Ugh. The next thing I'm going to focus on is bringing in light. Yule is all about the return of the light. The days start getting gradually longer. But until we get to there, until the days do get longer, I need more lights. So lamps, candles, battery operated candles, especially if you can't light a candle where you are, or you can't always watch a candle. Battery operated candles. I have some that have remotes and they change colors. It's fabulous. Strings of lights, um, you know, just the regular. I like the multicolored Christmas lights. I'm partial to, but just bring in more light. Maybe get a daylight lamp. I'm thinking about getting one of those this year to help me with my holiday blues. Something I'm going to do is sit down and contemplate the year and record my wins. A big one for me this year, which was most of my focus for 2024, was to be able to walk again. I had an accident at the end of 2023 and it left me totally bedridden. I could barely stand. But I worked hard and I had some people that believed in me. I had lots of support from my family, my friends, my coven, who are my friends, basically my family. Uh, and I got through and I'm walking again. So I'm very grateful for that. That's a big win. But I'm sure if I sit down and think about it, I can come up with 2 or 3 more things that I accomplished this year and can celebrate. Then that'll bring me right into setting new goals for end of year, into 2025. And I am going to set some big goals. I'm going to tell myself, don't be scared. I know we get scared when it comes to setting big goals because we think we won't measure up or we'll fail. And if we do fail, I know I feel like a failure, like I didn't work hard enough, something's wrong with me. But we're not going to have that mindset this time. We're going to shift our attitude, change our perspective, and if we shoot for the moon and miss, we land amongst the stars. So, I daydream a lot. I find myself kind of zoning out and daydreaming, especially at night before I fall asleep. instead of, a lot of us have that negative replay of everything we've ever said, everything we've ever done that went quite the wrong way, that was a little cringe. I've trained myself not to do that. Instead, I like to fantasize about, you know, getting $50 million. What could I do with $50 million? Who would I give money to? What would they be able to do? You know, that's where my mind goes. But I'm going to turn those daydreams into scripting. Write them down. Write them as if they're here. They've already happened. And watch them manifest in my life. Ooh, I may not manifest 50 million, but I might. I won't tell you, but there would be signs. You know, uh, with this season, we have to make sure that we protect our peace. A lot of people are going to probably invite us to family functions and we'll go, but we got to keep it light, we got to keep it friendly, we got to keep it that way. uh, I don't want to say anything that's going to hurt these people's feelings, so they better not hurt mine first. And you know just do what you can to protect your peace. Get up and leave, or don't go to the function. Have clear, demarcated boundaries. Something that I've already started doing that I'm going to continue to do was a tip from my therapist, and that is to have tea time or happy hour. You know, I was getting in the doldrums about 4 or 5 o'clock every day, and I mentioned this to my therapist, and she told me that it's natural for our moods to dip because our blood sugar dips about then. And that's kind of why they came up with happy hour and tea time and these different things to get you a little snack, get you a little sugar, get you going. So I have my spiced chai and like 3 or 4 ginger snaps. And it gives me something to look forward to in the afternoon when my mood might dip. And it's been really fun. I've gotten my daughter drinking tea. She doesn't like hot tea, but she'll drink these cold brew teas I found. Come in different flavors like watermelon and mango, and uh, she enjoys those. So, you know, take some time. I'm going to read more for pleasure instead of like first thing when I get up, scrolling on my phone or turning on the news to find out what fresh hell we're in. I'm not doing that. I'm pulling out a book, and even if it's only for 5 minutes, I'm reading that book on my tablet, paper book, either one. I'm getting books read 5 minutes at a time. And I'm exercising my mind, I'm exercising my vocabulary, uh, and escaping a little bit. So I recommend, reading something that sounds fun. Read something that's part of a marginalized identity that you identify with so you can feel validated, but also stretch beyond that and read something written by someone of a marginalized identity that you don't identify with, so we can challenge our biases. That's what I'm going to do, because I'm always checking my biases, so I make sure that I continue to grow, that my empathy doesn't just stop for certain people. So, uh, I am going to work on my book of shadows. I filled one up. I'm working on one that's in a comp book that's about half full. I'll probably be done with it by the end of the year. It's a Coven comp book of shadows. It's been a lot of fun. I'd show you now, but I need to tape some things. They're falling off. It doesn't look great. Uh, Another thing that I'm going to do is do magic, work with entities, work with spirits that focus on clearing blocks and opening roads to set me up for success. That's pretty self explanatory. You know, uh, look first for the spirits that are kind of known to you in your wheelhouse. Do some more research. Hecate is a popular one, Ganesh is a popular one. See, put some feelers out, see if they're right for you, or any ancestral spirits, um, or other entities that can help you, or just do your own magic by your own power to remove those blocks. A lot of people talk about going inwards at this time to do shadow work, and I intend to do some shadow work during this season. But there's a couple ways I want to try doing it differently. One, I want to try making videos or voice recordings of my shadow work prompts, because sometimes staring at the blank page and trying to come up with the words to write is too much. But I may be able to just off the cuff talk it out. And there might be a lot of ums and ahs and pauses, but I can give myself that grace and no one has to see it. If I want to keep it posted somewhere, I can make an unlisted video on YouTube or keep it in my, Google storage, keep it on my phone. Nobody has to see it. One thing that I've done and I want to experiment more with is taking a candle and like rubbing it between your hands. And while I'm rubbing it and infusing it with my energy, I'm discussing with myself those shadow things, those things that need to come to light, those things that I need to integrate, and the shame. I want to let go of the shame around them. So I'm going to let the candle absorb all of that and then burn it. Or light the candle at the start and just speak it into the flame and let the shame be burned up by the flame of the candle. One other way I'm going to attempt more shadow work is through art therapy. There's a creator, it's Erica Peng Art, and she does many art therapies of how to process emotions, how to manifest, things of that nature. And she has a video that I'll link below in the comments that's an art therapy exercise for shadow work. So, shadow work doesn't have to be sitting down with a journal and a pen and just writing everything out. If that's, if you can't get going that way, there are other ways to be introspective. That's really what I had for you today. So I thank you for listening. If you made it this far, what are your ways that you're preparing for winter or plan to get you through? Drop them down in the comments and let me know. Like, subscribe, check out my social links in the description, and I'll see you again next time.